My cheating husband wanted me to be his financial backup while he lived with his mistress, so I took my name off the lease and made him homeless. Plus update. Okay, so this one is pretty long, so buckle up so I can give you some background. I 53F have been married to my husband 48M. We will call him Richard aka Moron, for almost 17 years. Our marriage has not been perfect, especially the last 4 years. I suspected Moron of cheating but never could catch him. Until a couple of years ago I ended up in the because of a not so fresh feeling. I loved my husband very much, but this was the last straw, and this wasn't even the girlfriend he is seeing now. We will call her Jane 43F. The trip was more than enough proof that he wasn't being faithful. I have not been with anyone other than him for the entirety of our marriage, so I openly told him I was looking for a job closer to my family, and leaving him to go there. I took a contract for a year. I left in 2023, and moved 1,100 miles away to be near my family. Moron and I texted daily. Some was arguing, other conversation was more serious, and sounded like he wanted to reconcile, so I still wasn't sure. He assured me that there was no one there with him in our home. He is also a habitual liar. So I got in my car one night and drove all the way to my former residence. I arrived at 5:30 in the morning. I was tired, but oddly enough Moron was awake and met me on the porch in his robe. He clearly was not expecting me, so I proceeded to go inside and he tried to step in the way. I continued to go inside, introducing Jane, standing in my kitchen cooking in a robe only. So I said, "How are you? I am Moron's wife." Needless to say, it wasn't a pleasant visit. Not only did I have to go get a hotel and Airbnb, but Jane was living there. This apparently happened 3 weeks after I left. This goes back and forth for the last couple of years, where she is there next, she leaving next, she is there. And now they are supposedly in love. WTF ever. Okay, so to the lease part. My name was still on the lease to the house, on paper and even off paper. Moron didn't qualify on his own, so I have been more than generous to not take my name off so he didn't face having to move. I know I shouldn't care. I am just not that person. Well, now here we are, and I moved back up here for a job. About 9 months ago he was trying to have his cake and eat it, to telling both of us what we wanted to hear and playing both sides, lying through his teeth. However, I just got a new job and I needed a home that was central to the 3 locations that I will get splitting my time between. I got a $24,000 a year raise with this job, so I couldn't turn it down. Well, the landlord who leased us the first house had a bigger house that was central to all 3 locations. It couldn't have been more perfect, so I called her and told her I don't live at the other house anymore. I applied for this house and I am standing in the house typing this to all you. She has known me for 10 years and knows that I will take care of my responsibilities and this house. So now Moron is pissed off and he can now be referred to as Richard Noggin. He has started telling everyone that I did this on purpose because I am trying to make him homeless. I have filed for a divorce from Mr. Noggin. I don't think he should have the financial benefit of a wife on paper and not want the wife. He has also tried to financially ruin me. This has been an emotionally difficult time. I have been struggling a lot, but I am gonna be fine with this new job. Now I know I should have divorced him a long time ago. It was hard to just unlove someone you have been with for 1/3 of your life. I know I am trauma bonded, so my name came off the other lease, and he is having to fill out an application for the house he has lived in for 10 years. Technically he doesn't qualify because he can't produce any stubs, banking info or anything. He runs a cash business as a mechanic from the house. So now he said I knew what I was doing and wanted to put him out in the street. Later for not keeping my name on the lease to be the financial cushion my husband thinks I should be for he and his girlfriend. I don't think I am, but that's how he is portraying it. I finally have the courage to stand up for myself and not let him walk all over me. So Ida, thanks. Update. First I want to start by saying thank you for all of the support and the advice that was given. I have read each of your comments and suggestions and have actually done a couple of them. I am continuing my counseling and I have been a lot braver this week when my soon-to-be ex has continued to F around and F out. So here goes the drama for the last few days. As of June 30th my name officially came off the lease. My landlord was more than happy to take it off, and she also signed me a new lease for a nicer and bigger house that was much more convenient to my new job. My soon-to-be ex has been blowing up my phone, whining on how he has to come up with pay stubs, and he is already late on his rent and why couldn't I leave well enough alone. He even went as far as to threaten to get me fired from my new job. So I took a restraining order out on him and it was granted. He cannot call, text, speak, be within 500 feet of me anytime, anywhere. And he thinks that I will be financially responsible. for any damage that he causes to the house. Well, it's FA and FO time because the state that I live in now has a law that legally states I am no longer responsible for anything to do with the home that he and his GF are now completely responsible for. I am a protected person according to the protective order and am absolved from any and every responsibility on that with him. Yea, also he cannot harass me at work, cannot call my job or come onto the campus, or he will be arrested immediately. So thanks for all of the encouragement. I definitely pulled my big girl brief up and looked up a few things in order to start completely removing him from my life. The process has been started. Thanks again. And I know for sure I am not the He now has to learn to fend for himself and grow up. He is not my problem. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. This is wonderful news. I am proud of you. OP. Me too. I feel so good about this. I finally got a good night's sleep for the first time in months. I am getting myself together one day at a time. And every day that I wake up on this side of the dirt is a good day. I feel more like myself than I have in a long time, and I am learning to depend on me and take care of me, because I am learning that I am strong enough to do this. I have a great career that is only getting better. I love my new job and I love that I am proving to myself every day that I don't need a man to take care of me. I am strong and I am worth more than he ever made me feel I was, which isn't much in his eyes. And I am learning that his own shortcomings and the things he is displeased with within himself make him the mean and bitter person he is. So glad I am finally getting some peace. I should have done this a long time ago for sure. Commenter 2. I predict the GF may not be around too long after your soon-to-be ex suddenly expects her to support him. Heaven forbid he actually get a job that can support them both. OP. I was getting the feeling that she hasn't filled out her portion of the lease paperwork. I dunno, maybe it's too final to tie herself to him for any length of time after realizing who he truly is and what he has done to me. But not my problem. This is what they wanted. And like someone said, he has had 2 years to get his shit together and be able to put his money where his other brain has been and what it has gotten him into. Actions have consequences. Don't like the consequences, then don't act like a scoundrel and bad person. Commenter 3. You got a restraining order in 5 days. OP. Yes, I did, all filled out online through the new portal my local government has. Submitted the evidence I have with the harassment and threats, and it was in my email within 48 hours in full effect. There will be another hearing in about 2 weeks virtually, so it can be a permanent order. For now I have the temporary. Commenter 4. I low-key want to live where you do, or at least I would if I had any need of a restraining order. Here, it's often difficult to get one unless physical violence has occurred. OP. I had all of the threats he made in text messages. This was such an easy process without me or anyone who has been threatened not have to physically get out of their safe place, especially if they are scared. In order to get the order issued, they have advocates that can guide them through this, and it makes the process easier.